Go live one. Go live one. Go live one. Go live one. Discord, the meaning of being. I want to say this because I finally, like, as I speak and talk, I get better at what I'm really trying to bring out to the people that was given to me more like a visionary or observing or spirit from the soul, from the creator. Like, people don't want to acknowledge that, but that's where I'm getting everything from. Today is Saturday, August 18, 2018. It is 1200 hours and 45 minutes into the day is afternoon time. The reason I said this than the word cord. The cord is a line, a string that connect us to a source. And whatever the source is coming from, that's what you utilize it as. So your source is whatever your source is coming from, that's your power and your ability, as I explained before. And if you really getting to connect, to know, to cord together, to bond, to clave, you know what it means to be together. You know what it means to be bonded. You know what it means to intertwine. You know what it means to be with yourself. So if you within yourself, you have a knowledge and you acknowledge the spirit. Whatever spirit you acknowledge, that's up to you. That's why I'm not affiliated to no organization or no religious because they some things are wrong and they all derive from each other. It's like it's not one finite answer because it's a continuum. But some ways in some form or another, we don't want to know about the continuum. It's like we should just do it, just do it, just do it. And what I find so much similar, I keep running to all these people videos. They keep saying the same thing. We're not building. You got the men dogging the women. And then I'm speaking solely on black people because other races don't do this. They don't go on CNN. They don't go on Ricky Lake. See, y'all not old enough. Jenny Jones. And if you go back, they don't go on Maury. And it was so much that we fail to realize. And then me finding out, like, this is not stupidity or blindness. It's just not knowing. I didn't know it was videos out talking about how to keep it's videos. But it's not being published. You got to go search some archives, and it's there. It's hard to find. It's really hard to find. Like it was the movie grooming the black woman, quote unquote black woman grooming the girls to how to be a slave to their master, and the master was their white man. It was the Jewish man. It was the Arab man. How you should hold yourselves. And then I keep seeing videos black women saying, we empowering each other, you encouraging it. But it's always a diss. It's like, I don't care if you go out, but don't diss us. Yes, you do, because you would have never said that. It matters to you because it really do. Even though I made a video saying it's called mind your own. I don't, and believe me, I'm minding my own, but I don't stumble. I don't go searching out these. I'm really not searching out. It's just like I'm not on social. I'm on YouTube, but I'm not on like people pages that just spew nonsense and they're just spewing garbage, corruption. And I found this new lady go by Chrissy, and I was like, man, y'all black women. It's like y'all are this. And I want to say this one more time, black women, you are so powerful. It's not just saying this because if you understand life, if you know what life is, I'm not just saying this because I'm a black man. I would say this to anyone, but more so black women, since y'all have been put down. Y'all been called monsters, ugly, this, whatever nasty thing you can, the most derogatory, we've been called niggers, nigglets, like whatever nasty thing, shit, garbage, whatever, what's worse, throw up, like sewage. And it's like, we were called that. We all was called that. If you was called as a black woman, guess what the black man was called? And this is what I'm trying to call out. It's like if I'm called to get hurt and if you're getting hurt, who else is getting hurt? Because if you have a son, he's going to feel your hurt. If you have a daughter, she feel your hurt. And guess who you upbring? That's who you guide to be a adult, which we don't guide enough. And I want to bring back the guidance again, the challenging you to check. We're gonna have trials and tribulations. We are going to stumble. But if we producing the same crap over and over, like this Chrissy lady talking about black men is and black, I was like, and then protecting the women. You can't protect the Sierras of the world. You can't protect a woman that consciously had sex with a man that knew had 8 kids, 7, 4 or 5 kids, just like I know a woman. And it's not to diss you. And this is the thing, it's not dissing you. It's a consciously knowing you know it was there. But then now you get over it. Now you become better. You improve. Great job for you. But then you know what you do? Now it's the other guys that's not the that don't get the Sierras. That don't get no woman. And we have to live with the okayness of we might not see the type of woman we want. We might not get the love, the affection that we just. But you know what we not going to do? Like me, I'm not going to go out there and hurt you. And just like yesterday, and I was talking about the lady that said a man pays for everything, even first dates, and she got. I just disagreed with you. We agreed because we came to a terms that man and woman of courting and everything, cool. Even the other dude and the other lady, she started talking about me because I didn't agree with her. That's what we do. I know it's breeded, but it's like I was expecting for her just to say, he just have a different opinion. You're not the type of man I will be with. Go about your way. Go about your way. People agree. I don't talk about people. I talk about what happens with me with those people and how we interacted. Go about your day. I didn't hurt you. I didn't say nothing. I didn't even say nothing bad. I told the truth. If I went out with you and I noticed that I kept noticing patterns and I tried it out. I was like, I don't test you. I was trying to see was she really just spending my money. And it's not a beef to all women. So to the black women, it's not a beef. You are so powerful because of the womb. If you can't have kids, that don't make you less powerful because you have ability to give life. When you give life, you actually giving the child part of your life. That's why it is good to have a guy. Like if you can explain, I can explain this to a woman all day, and I'm not even a woman. You can call me mama's boy, nothing. It's just from simple logic. It's logic. If you having a baby and your knees swell up, your feet swell up, they taking life from you, you're taking your vitamins, they're literally taking some of your spirit. Yes, you should have a man that provide for you. But are we talking about providing compared to just giving you? Because if you saying I'm providing, if I made 18,000 a year and we got a roof over our head, and we're not talking about, we're just saying be content. Like when I finally heard that, it say be content with what you have. But I knew it didn't just say don't strive or thrive for more. It say be content. So every step of my way, I was like, man, I'm content. I'm content with my apartment when I was younger. Now even now, I'm respecting my aloneness, my singleness. I don't want to be single, but I'm respecting it. I was like, it's okay to be single, and it's okay to be alone because I get to do this with people every day. I get to interact. I don't got to worry about a woman being jealous because I'm talking to a woman, and in some minds, and so we are fostered and bred and nurtured. She may look better than her, but that's not why I'm talking to her. But we got that in our head. A man, when we get in a relationship, should like another woman. But how did I see you? But when you see me, that's when you stop doing it. But it's like I'm not blind. So you want me to be blind? So what is you really saying? You want control. And we go through so much. So the power of the woman is so basically women, you are trying to establish a power that you already have, but you're utilizing it the wrong way. The power you trying to use is not the power you keep saying love is not it. Well, then what is it? If it's about money and you keep comparing other ethnicities, and that's not true. I keep talking to women that's Arabic, Chinese, Russia. It's not, and a good majority of them, like I don't know why we just listen to media. Media is ran by British, the Scottish. It's called Romans. Nicki Minaj say Romans. That's the Dutch. See the Queen of England, the New England, the Spaniards. These people are the conquerors in wars, but we're not destroying them. They got us to a point where we calling fake letters that's actually destroying us. Not real, but if you read the letter of the lynch theories and the laws and the religions is designed to destroy people all as a whole, but then specifically it target groups too. Like Hinduism target groups. Taoism, Tiger, like I'm calling out all the religions because they all do the same thing. Muslim, Nation of Islam, it target groups. It enclave you. Just like when you married, you get enclaved to the person. It enclaves you and entrench you into a group or organization, and you have to follow their rules and set of laws. And you can't go past their boundaries, or you have to have a consequence because they created it. We didn't create this, so there is a consequence on what's going to happen. And this is what we're going to see. We're going to keep seeing a discord between black women and black men, quote unquote black. African descent people. We're not from Africa. We're not African. We're descent because the people of them, we don't even look like them. We don't even have their bone structure all the way. But we are descendant from the African civilization because that's where we derive from. It makes sense. So anything that's going to make sense, we're going to connect. That's the core. That's the connection. But we got to keep finding the cores. I could have put the link too. It's a link. If you don't have a link, how is you just making assumptions? That's what you're doing. And then your assumption is only based off your experience, which experiences can change based on how you prepare for your future. I can say there's no good women right now. Then I can say there's no good black women right now based on my past. But on my future and my present and my now, that's not truth. I cannot hold that as a truth because I have not met all black women. You see them, you see how that works? I have not met you. And when I talk, I have to give you a separation because if I say all, that's meaning every last, that's my mother, my sister, my aunts, my grandmothers, the grandma, all the women in the world that's of a black descent, African descent, what we call black. And I'm not even sure we call them black African because they're not African. So people that's black in America, basically, that's what I'm calling all the probably maybe 3 million. Because it's 7, no, that's a lot. Because it's 7.5 billion people on the earth. And it could be million, it could be 3 million, 2 million black women on this earth. Or let's say in America, it could be a million. Let's say it's a million black women in America. That means I'm correlating them all together, and that's not true because I know these only a certain amount is a certain way, just like there's a certain amount that love black men. It's more because we see them getting married more, and still that's staying the same. That's not changing, but we seeing more now. It's going to eventually change. It's going to dip into the 70s and the 60s eventually because 80% of black men marry black women, but 64 of black women don't get married. So that's a high differential that don't correlate the correct way. That sound kind of off. Just like if it's 33% of population in America is African American or Black America, and we make up 52% of crime, that means even babies that's born today have to commit 2 to 3 crimes apiece. See, and it's like it don't correlate again. So is it true that? But it's just saying if you're going by but that's why you got to use every category different because it get confusing. So when you say all, that is confusing, and so all it do is just reinforce the women that's hurt. So let's say the good amount of 64% of black women that don't get married are hurt. That's why they don't get married. But then then I can see why they don't get married. Because you're focusing on the wrong thing. You're not minding your own. Like when I get in a relationship, I'm not focusing on people. It's just hard for me not to observe. And so I have to walk away and be alone. Because I don't know what it is about me. Like spiritually, I just pick up on people. And it's good observation. And I practiced that a long time. So if I had to stop practice, people could say, oh, that's a psychic stuff. And it's like, no, it's really just me just dealing with the spirit of what the creator gave us. Not the spirit of I can see that and people don't realize there's different spirits of the earth. It's not just one spirit. Because you can go by this. Because you got straight people, you got gay people, you got bisexual, you got people that's all these sexuals. That's different spirits. It's not so much the creed of what you are, it's the spirit of. What is you as a being? What are you taking on? Because you are being, but being where? Where are you going? What direction? Where do you give your power and your ability to? So I'm still going to equate myself to one day being a billionaire, even if I make it to a millionaire. If I make it to a millionaire, I'm a thousandaire. But I said I'm going to equate myself. That means be fair with myself to get there and to work hard and diligently without killing myself when I get there. And as I get there, still enjoying my life and self, and I'm not intertwined in people's lives. I'm not intertwined in Sierra and Russell. That's her. But if I met a lot of women, like it's hard, it is hard, and we can blame those men. But at the same time, I have to be accountable for myself. If I'm with a lady and I'm not holding up my end, especially if I'm telling her like this is what I'm gonna do, that's why I don't say I'm gonna do anything. I say maybe, or let's work towards it. Let's create form and bond. What you see that, I'm trying to think, only positive couple I can think of, but the men had died, was the first lady at the church. She told me what he used to do. He was a monster to her and the children, but his life changed up. And it's not that she didn't struggle. They struggled because they were 88. He was working hard as he can work, and this is what baffled me about women. But she's there for him. They had children. That's not just because you have money, and this is what's killing our neighborhoods, the black neighborhoods. We thinking now that woman's gonna choose a better man. You're gonna leave out certain type of men still. That's not okay because what we're doing, you keep saying there's good men, but he don't make enough income. But when you do that, you're not building up a community because those are the men that's in the community as well. How much you think if a man keep punching you, how much would you love him? After a while, you leave. Most majority of women leave a man that abuse them. So if a man not getting no affection, how much after a while do you expect him to stick around? It's like, and I don't hear conversations like this. And even I hear like a guy, what's his name? Not Nathan Salters. It's a well-known pastor guy. He's married and have kids. And he always advocate for women. And it's a new guy, the IYMR dude, light-skinned dude with a ponytail. And not Najee Serene or I don't. That's why I don't watch them. I don't watch them. I just see like little videos like on their YouTube because I don't have the social media. I don't want to be on a high platform social media and know the status quos because I'm more about that's not going to help our benefit our economic status. But what I do notice, they do have these PayPal's, these GoFundmes, and what the creator told me, this is my purpose and mission. And my purpose and mission, I'm not supposed to get paid. I'm not. So I'm not going to ask you for a donation. I'm not going to make a donation. If somebody figure out where I'm coming from and they put money in my account, and what I do is bless it back to I won't say bless it because I can use the direction of it. I bless it back to the people. In the direction I use it become a blessing. Like if somebody gave me $80 and I wasn't supposed to, like if I'm working healthcare, somebody gave me money, I'm going to take that money back and put it back. So I like buy air freshener, bring it in, put it in the bathrooms, get people lunch, things like that. Because it's not my money. I shouldn't accept it, but I'm not going to use the money for a capital gain. And if you even buy equipment, that's a capital gain. I learned because if you're going to go biblically and spiritually, if you look at the men throughout the past, they didn't earn money from the people. The money they earned from the people, they put it back. So if I was going to have a building, the people gave me money, and the people say we need an elevator fix, I'm going to fix the elevator with that money. We need a ramp for people in wheelchairs. I'm going to make a ramp. And they go like, where does money come from? I used the money that you gave me. Thanks you for the donations. I didn't need it because I was going to eventually get there. But thank you with your money. Now we can get you in the building faster, get you out of the building. So if you're going to have a Patreon and to go, and they don't want to hear this. And I ask all of them, why do y'all have GoFundMe? I understand your life is hard. My life is hard. But let me go I'm young. I'm still 35. So I'm about to do some overtime. When I did this overtime, I seen my check. I was able to put more money away now. I got a better job. I was able to, but I worked toward it. Just because if you work at McDonald's or if you work at Forbes 500, that don't exempt you from how you save money. It don't exempt you. It don't take away that you're using your money wrong regardless. If you go out tonight and spend $2,000 just because you made $4,000 in your check, that wasn't smart. But what are you using it? Was that $2,000 used for that event? I didn't say enjoy your life because you got to remember you can enjoy your life, but you also still have to be wise how you enjoy your life. But we're not thinking like that no more. We going for a capital gain. So this lady Chrissy, and yes, I call out everybody I see on social media, like Tommy Sotomayor, Cynthia G, all these people. It's the same talk, and I keep asking them why we keep doing the same, and it's bringing in 100, 300, a million, 2 million, 300 viewers, and they're subscribing. Cool. But you're all you doing is teaching, and because you're teaching what we already nurtured and fostered, and breeding hate again. So it won't be a change. That's why I keep saying there's going to be no change if we keep doing that. If we don't do right, I'm not saying be like me. I'm not saying do exactly like me, but bring out some solutions. I was like, you talking about her newest video, the Chrissy lady or Chris, how you pronounce her name, was about millionaires. No, we're not going to understand. And you trying to tell me a man that make 150,000 a year is still not good enough now? Who makes a only know two people that make over, but I know people that don't make that. I know a lot of people that don't make that still have money in the bank, saving money, debt paying off or paying it off or know how or paid off their debt. This one lady I know had 300,000 in debt. She paid it off. She got 30,000 left. She about to work it off by the end of the next 2 years. She used all a lot of resources with grants, other loans with lower interest, pay it back. So her, if I was a bank, I would just lend the money just for the hell of it. I don't care if she would pay it back because she's showing that man, and she took on a bill that wasn't her bill. So that goes back to the Discord. I'm taking on the bill for a lot of men that wasn't good men, that did say they was a good man but didn't treat women good. I'm okay with that. And I'm learning that's my sacrifice. I'm accepting that sacrifice. That's I'm gonna say sacrifice today. Remember, because it's sacred. I'm taking on that as a sacred because I love my black women. I want to see them do good. But until we learn, I'm about to draw the picture out. Because we gotta learn how to, and this is and if we don't see it like this, there's no way we're gonna really learn how to work together. So when we work together, I look at it as the NCAA tournament bracket. I'm gonna put women first. Man. All right, we got woman and man. See, I gotta break it down. Woman to man. So you see the woman, you see the man. Now I'm gonna put some brackets out. See, it became two brackets. What consists of the woman to man bracket? And I'm not gonna put words there, but you know from the man side, we are stronger. We are a little tougher than women. See, I got a structure without even working out, but just I can lift objects by getting stronger. Women do too, but women have the way they're built. They're not meant to keep lifting, to keep holding up weight. So no, we're not telling women to hold their weight. The Chrissies and the Cynthia G's, the Nahir Muhammad's, and all you people out there, or the Sikhs and wherever y'all name, the Bays, whatever. We're not telling women to hold their weight. We're telling women to do their weight. If 10 pounds is too heavy, grab to 5 pounds until I get there. Because we already remember, we see, I'm going to write these words down. These words is very important. And I keep giving these words out. Because this is how we train, and we train it. We got breed, fostered, and nurtured. Breed is birth is through birth. That means in the womb, everything start. So when you start giving your baby names, you're supposed to recognize it spiritually, but we really don't. We just give them our name. I want my son to have my name. I realize, and if that really don't connect with his spirit, I probably won't. Probably most likely not gonna give him my name, or my daughter I want to name her Hifa Saiba. And it mean my delights in her, because everybody like, what's the meaning? That's everything everybody say. And it's like, oh, because nobody liked the name, but we love the other names, but them names have no meaning. Like a woman said, I don't like Ebony, but Ebony has a meaning. It has more meaning to a lot of these other, because we try to make things normal. There was never a normal. It was never meant for me to be normal with no other man, no other woman, but it's meant for us to understand because our differences was supposed to bring us together. And see, that sound funny and stupid to people and foolish because nobody think about differences mean we are not alike. But that's not true. We shouldn't use we're not alike. We're similar. And the most similar about us is the most common thing. We have blood in us. We have bones. We have a heart, liver. We all, to make those function, we have all those same extremities. That's what made us together. So as we breed, foster, and nurture, I put nurture with an E. Nurture don't have an E. Yes, it do. Yes, it has an E now. And we keep building up to the next generation. So my father generation before his generation, his grandfather, then his father, then it's like if you keep going down the line, this is what we came to. Okay? So with man versus a woman with those two brackets, this add four more. No, let me get to that. The woman's duty now, since they're not as strong, they are life givers. They're life givers, and we are life helpers. Helpers and givers with the four brackets now. See how we starting to pan off? But what is this doing? It's not bringing us. It's an equal sign, but with a line in it. Because it's supposed to bring us together, but it's supposed to be absolute. But the more we branch off, the more we add on to, it's going to continue a divide and separation. So if woman, the life giver, that means she's giving life. She's giving part of her life. The life helper, the man, okay, since I worked, he is supposed to work hard. But we have constorted the word con. See, the word con means trick. And any word with the word, and you can't take that away from the alphabet. Con means to trick. So there is no, what we're doing is we're going to keep using, so they have constorted the construction of our connection. Listen to that again. They have constorted our construct to our connection. Constort to our construct, to our connection, because they know without a woman there is no man, without man there is no woman. And then that's the hardest thing to get us to realize we need each other. And it's not so much, and yes, black people need black people. That's how other black people was created. We didn't create other black people with other races. Other races didn't create and it's not, this is not about prejudice. I'm not even going to talk, I'm just talking about the way we see ourselves. We have so less of a knowledge of ourselves and we focusing on the wrong things. And it's the wrong thing. I don't want to focus on, but I'm not gonna sit there and be like, I'm stupid. You did do that to a woman. She did do that to a man. She did choose those. She did choice her. So the cause and effects, that's her action. That's the reaction of her cause and effect. She did do that. But I'm not going to harp on it. I don't care. And if she going to harp on what I did, I'm going to say, you're not for me because I can easily say you smoke weed, you drink a lot, you go out, you don't have a house of your own. You only able to afford a car because you're not paying for that house. It's so much I can say. You have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 kids. You have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 different daddies. You a man. You're not taking care of your kids. You have a whole bunch of kids with different women. You might have an STD. You're not really a good guy. You paying child support. You don't work. So imagine if we just keep doing that to each other over a year. Imagine we keep breeding, fostering, and nurturing that. So how do you want me to be at 35? Yes, 25 to 30 is a good age to up to 35 to start knowing who you are. But that don't mean I don't have to If I'm seeking a relationship and nobody want to see, cool. But don't tell me I'm. So basically, you saying that man and woman not worthy and eligible of you until they get to a certain spot, and that's untrue. Because if we all coming under the same line, where do the love begin? But when money, income, monetary, what else that we look for that don't have nothing to do love? Money, the income, the monetary, basically the have to not have, to not having. So where do we begin love? Under money, I didn't put finance, I put income and monetary. To the have to not have. When do love kick in? See, and people like, I grow to love you. Why is it that people don't build and grow together? Because we got so much non-understanding. We're not, there's just no, it's a discord. We're not bringing togetherness. So that's why I want to say to you, Chrissy, that I looked at her page. I looked at her videos. They're the same video. She spewed a sign. And then she made a video like, why I don't show my face. Well, sorry, Miss Chrissy. They're not looking for you. Because I'm sitting here right now. I can be watched or followed. I'm not worried about nobody hurting me. Because when they come to hurt me, I know within myself I can still go to sleep at night. I've never hurted nobody. You can look in my eyes. There's no death in my eyes. All you can see is love. There's no death in my eyes. And it's weird I'm looking right at the camera or right at the picture and it look like I'm looking at the camera. So that's weird. That's why, see, even Prince said that. He's like, look at them images. It don't look right to him. How I'm looking at directly on this side, see where my pinpoint at, it's a time to say live at 32 minutes, 00 likes and people watching. Then it's like, I'm pointing the other side and I wasn't looking at the camera, but my eyes looking at the camera. You ever see pictures like the eyes looking at you? That's crazy. So as we start falling away from each other, we're gonna have all this discord. And I notice we only saying this to get money. Like this Chrissy lady, she probably make money off of this. I'm not here to monetize my YouTube. Monetize because I go to work. The creator have give me an understanding. I asked the creator one day, what is the understanding of quote unquote blessing? So basically being able to receive and give. And I had did my studies and research. Black people in America are the number one charitable people. And we keep saying we're not looking for money. That's not true. A lot of women do, and I have noticed this. I'm always gonna speak truth. It's a truth all ends. Because at the end of the day, if you count out the majority compared, so if all relationships ends the same way under finances, I'm trying to figure out where did the love begin. Because if love began or it ended and began with love, that marriage would have never happened. You'd have seen it, or they still to be married and they'd have learned how to overcome together. Because in life, I overcame the things of like my environment, the hurt, the pain, the trials and tribulations. So why, and marriage is another part of my life. Why did not overcome the marriage? It's like, and that's how I think. Even my relationship, I didn't overcome my marriage just because we had so much of discord, and I can truly honor that. Like I honor that with truth because I have not seen yet. Like we always talk about, men don't talk, we don't express ourselves, but as soon as we do, we weak, we soft, and some women like that, but it's only seemed like the women that like that, and a black woman say, "Well, build with a white woman, see what they do." Well, the women that's dealing with when they intermingle, interracializing, they throw away all these nurtured, breeded, and fostered aspects to the other side. They don't bring it. They bring it with them, but it don't consume them no more. See, they're not consumed. See, you're assumed. You summed up. You built together. They're not no longer building together that same way they was before. If they met a guy that wasn't, regardless of his race, now we'll go to a race. If she's not building, it don't matter. They're not having children. What they're doing, And those people that don't have children that can't have that, not even say can't, because you probably, and I don't explore all options. I either you have children naturally or it just didn't work out. And I don't mean you wasn't that wasn't mean you wasn't compatible with that person, compatible with that person. It's just that just didn't work out, and that's cool. Like I'll be cool if I didn't have my seed didn't pass down and get into another seed and fertilize the seed so it can grow another child or a person, my son or daughter, or sons or daughters. It depends on what happens, what the outtake of the what the seed chooses. So I really wasn't feeling like talking today, but a lot of things come to my spirit, and I like to just to go over them. So if we just look at life and how man and woman is, and we do need solutions. We do need answers. We need to stop with these videos that you keep making. It's like that's crazy. Like it's not availing us. It's not taking off. It's not bringing on matrimony. It's not bringing on bonding, togetherness, love. It's not bringing on all of what we would like to receive in life. So the children, the next generation, is going to keep inheriting all of the bad that we give to them. It's hurting her. It's so hurtful. Like it's not even needed no more. So, and I don't know what's wrong. What's wrong with us? Why can't we overcome this? What is? Why are we fighting each other so much? Because it's now we get to the point where it's like I can't even say nothing that's different from your religion, your opinion, and it's a fight. I don't like you no more. It's like I didn't even physically do anything. I didn't even I didn't even attack you. I didn't even hurt you verbally or nothing. But since I didn't agree with you, and I'm just asking you and challenging you and trying to guide you to like why are we thinking the way we think? Why do you don't want to be with your own race of people? And I don't mean don't use your experiences. So if you're gonna use great experiences going out of your race and you never, and what about the men you didn't meet? What about the women you didn't meet? Have you traveled anywhere? No. Then when you travel, do you open yourself up? So if you travel and you open yourself up, why in your own city you don't open yourself up? You have your headphones on, you got an ugly look on your face, but when you out of the city, you're smiling, talking about this make me happy. But eventually you want like, I miss my city because that's where you from. It's an understanding. So why don't you treat your city the same way you treat your travels? Why don't you treat everybody as you treat yourself? So if we really do treat ourselves like we treat everybody, why would somebody want to be around you if you treating people like that? If you just hurting women over and over, you hurting men over and over, why would anybody want to be around you? And then we got to stop allowing the low, and I brought up the percentages. It's a low percentage that's doing the hurt and pain. These black men with white women, these black women with white men, they are the celebrities. Those are people that's out in the on purpose. They're putting them out there on purpose. It's in their contract. They supposed to stay out of their race. They supposed to follow an order. It's like literally, I felt it. I was like, Sai. Sai. She don't show her face. Y'all buy her music, just like Chrissy said. I don't show my face. I'm in danger. I'm like, no, I show my face. I'm not. Don't say because I'm a man. Because I'm being honest and truthful with people. It seems like when you honest and truthful, it's like I feel like you don't have to hide. And people like they're not being honest. This is like you gotta hide because you're not honest. I can be private, but I don't have to hide. It's a big difference. I can keep my life private. People like, well, they still, well, if I show my face, like I can find you. That's not who's trying to find you though. It's like who? You the first one. I'm the first person I know to actually really like how we say step out the box and start working towards solutions on the internet. Like unlike other people, I didn't diss a man. I didn't diss a woman. I don't have to, but I do bring up like what happened to me with a man or another woman, and it shows like, man, this is what's happening to me. This is why I'm hurt. But this is not the reason I'm advocating. I don't need for me to get shot to advocate for stop the violence. We should be stopping them. I don't need from none of my cousins to get ran over by a car to worry about driving safety. And this is not a diss. I don't need to have cancer to say cancer, man, eating all that foods is bad, it causes cancer. Anybody can get cancer. Not anybody. If you do this and that, you are more probable to get. I don't need to like watch people go through that to start saying, man, this is. I want to advocate. I don't have children. I want to advocate for children, and I don't. And women that want to deny me, cool. But I'm the type. I'm the men that's doing all the advocating. They're not the husbands. The dudes that's the coach of the basketball teams paying for these young men, black kids, sneakers and clothes for school and school supplies. They're not the married men because their priorities are different, which we do respect as single men. But when you're married, and this goes to the men, I'm talking to the men. You can't bash us out. Because a lot of us is not out there with multiple women. A lot of us don't have no women to talk to. A lot of men don't have the person to call on every day. They don't have their father. They don't even have their might not have their mother, but have their father. They might not have either have grand. They might not have their grandparents or the parents. So when you talk to women and you just spewing out your mouth the same destruction, it's going to keep happening. You encouraging her to be strong and then waiting on the right man. But she's gonna sit there and put it in her own way. She don't have no guidance of what the man is. She's having the assumption because that's what another man told her. But she gotta remember the man she was telling her that to her wasn't with her. He didn't see how she interacted with another man. Like I watch how a lot of women interact with men, and you tell me this how a man is. But I was like, he did say that, but he also just he didn't clarify because if you telling me taking you out in a town, it wasn't your favorite, it wasn't high price, whatever, told me that wasn't good enough. Now, what did he tell you about that? I bet you now he may taught you so many things, but did he say that men really do try? They're doing their best, whether he made $200 a week or $200 million a week, he's doing his best. And I looked at Serena Life and I started every time they show a picture, and I'm like, I keep being around people that love social media, so I see more stuff get illuminated to me. And I see her with a baby talking about how she had all of this. Remember, she dogged men, black men, not nothing, but she dated the Drakes of the world. And all these guys that didn't stay committed. Like Sierra dated the Futures of the world. I didn't know she had was with Amir Stoudemire. I didn't know she was like with a couple other rapper dudes and this other producer type. I didn't know she dated those dudes. And she's 35 now. I didn't know me and Sierra the same age. And she's with Russell Wilson, who was a good guy, but then hearing his story, it's not bad. They tried to diss him, but no, he was with another woman and he broke up with her. And they trying to say he was no, I don't believe he was creeping. I wouldn't even put that into him, but they got to make him look bad a little bit. They say, well, that's a thought. No, let's say he wasn't. Sierra wasn't doing wrong. She was just making bad choices of men. And that was her era, not mistake. It's an era. It's like a trial and tribulation. You made an error, wrong turn, and you kept going that direction because you thought that was the right direction. Okay, we cool, we get that. But then it started mouthing off and saying, level up. You got to do this and that. But then your examples of leveling up, it's not showing what you used to do then. Why you choose them like them guys, the Futures of the world. No, we don't want to talk about that because you want to make yourself look and sound good now because you're married. I seen a woman talking about a woman got a video of her felt it got put out there. A dude recorded her. I don't know why women do that. I don't know why men do that, but I don't know. It's like, why you recording if you really don't want nobody to see you having sex, don't record it at all. And the dude was coming all on her face. And the women was dogging her. And I was like, hold up, stop. And this was when I was on Facebook 8 to 10 years ago. I was like, you have sex, don't you? She said, yes. I said, a man never did nothing like that. But she's like, I'm not. I was like, stop. Now, you just admitted that you did do this. I'm not calling both of you no type of name. But why is you dogging her? She got recorded. She got tricked. You got tricked too because you allowed that to happen. And that wasn't your husband. Now let your husband read this. I bet you she ain't let her husband read that. But I was like, see what I'm saying? We a dog. We hurting each other by keep going out there putting more hatred on hatred. And so when the Russell Wilsons of the world, cool. They gonna find something to hate on me about when if I find my wife, they gonna find something. But she gonna know everything about me. So what they gonna find on me is gonna be funny. And she'll be like, I know this already. Even on his live of YouTube, I can go back and look, and he telling me. And he told me personally, face to face. He didn't hide nothing from me. He didn't hide none of his feelings or what happened in his life or how he feel about certain events, what goes on. She's gonna respect it. Because I'm gonna respect a lot of things about her. I'm not gonna diss her. But as if you're gonna come at people, be prepared to. I'm prepared for people to come at me. But if people gonna come at me, come with me with real sense. Like have some like try to make that sense common to you. Like go read, go study. Don't just come at me talking about well I'm wrong. See, and that's why people can't. That's why I don't have a lot of subscribers because people are like, man, I can't come at this dude wrong. It's not entertaining. We like when we see each other fighting and shooting each other. We love watching that. We love and we like the type of drama. But then when we don't, it's like I like then we ignore people. Cool. I'd rather you ignore people, but then you got like you not doing nobody nothing, no justice. Not one person getting justice out of what you're doing, but you just spewing hate over and over, discord, separation, and that's all we doing. It's all it does. It's what we're gonna do. We're gonna just keep separating and dividing. That's what it's like. Our structure is separating and dividing because nobody out there is bringing. Because even with all those videos of saying the man is this, black man is that, black man don't have nothing. But where is our togetherness at? I cannot have nothing, but you don't know what I have. But you worrying about what I look like I have. That's my uncle. He made great money. He never looked like he. I seen him in suits, but he's not in a suit. He's more in jeans and a regular t-shirt. I mean, regular Levi's and regular t-shirts. But you know, some women can see what he looked like, the car, and they're more observant and be like, yeah, he doing pretty good for himself. A lot of women won't see that. I used to work at a place where I got dirty and come home. I seen this woman I liked, and I was on my way home. I talked to her, and she like looked at me weird, like, why the hell you talking to me? And I said, how you doing? She said, good. And I was like, I just like to get to know you. She's like, I got a boyfriend. I said, cool. You really don't, because I used to see her a lot. And it's like, it was so quick to her to turn off. Like, but I like, then she finally seen me. Oh, I get like the best example was this guy. He was walking down the street. All the women was talking about him because he was dirty. I was like, he just get off work. Y'all stupid. He came down the street in a suit and tie, and he had a nice. And then he came on the street. I don't know where he got that car from. He came back with. Then it's like, oh, all the women changed their mind. They shut up, and that's how we do to each other because we need like the picture. I don't care what nobody say. We do need a visible sign that this is a real, like this is really going on to people, and there's nothing wrong with that because I'm like that. You can't tell me in the spirit or visibly that there's a change when I don't see it, but spiritually I can see it. The Creator give me a lot about other people too, and I don't say nothing to them because I don't got time. Because people going to choose and depict how I can say you look very nice today to 10 different women, but somehow the 10 different women hear 10 different things, or how I said it, how to describe it. She's like, you said it better to her. You seem more happy. I see how you looked at her, and they can just like, and I was like, that's not what I just did, but okay. But if I do that to 10 married women, they'll just say thank you and go about their day. But the 10, I'll put it that way. It's like it's a difference, but it was no difference compared to the married and single woman. I don't know you married or single. So if I did something different, how is that so much noticeable? And if that's so much noticeable, how come you can't work on your end with basically your overall, the discord, the being of who you are, work on you, be the best you. Get a focus, purpose, mission, and position. And it's your path, it's your journey. Choose wisely. Have a great day and be the best you can. Shalom.